Right, good evening. Thought I'd record this quick video while I'm waiting for my other video to upload onto YouTube. You know, in the world today we've got so much bad news, that I thought I would try and do a bit of a light-hearted video. You know, about life. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my about being a father. Wow, being a dad. You know what? I never expected it. I mean, obviously, I knew my wife was pregnant. I knew a child was on the way, but I had a bit of a rude awakening into parenthood, really. What basically happened with us was that at 25 weeks gestation, my wife and I, well, we had a little surprise with my eldest son suddenly appearing in the world for 3.5 months early. We took this in our stride. We watched, daily, really. And one of the things I found was that you really got to just take things easy. You've really got to take things one day at a time. I mean, we used to come in and have like a right laugh, and we used to mess around with all the nurses and have a laugh with them, and speak with the parents, and we were always laughing, we were always having a chuckle, and all the other parents were like all serious, and I think in some ways that that was our coping mechanism, not taking it too seriously, But yeah, I mean, I was just thinking today. I mean, my eldest son, he still has tracheostomy. He has various things wrong with him. But some of the things he comes out with, some of the things he sort of says, it just absolutely cracks me up. I mean, he got into, he's 4, by the way. He's 4 now, or will be 4 in a few days' time from this video. And he gets into the stroller the other day, and he lays back, puts his hand behind his head, he's like, it's been a while. Now, to see that from a 4-year-old was quite remarkable. I mean, it's just absolutely, I was in stitches. It's been a while. I mean, like, for me, as far as I'm concerned, children should be out of the stroller as soon as they're able to walk, and that was the mindset that we took with my eldest son. There are a lot of mistakes I've made as a father. There's a lot of things that I've done, which nothing serious, but definitely not done certain things right. Haven't paid enough attention at certain times. That kind of thing. But my son has actually turned out alright so far, and I'm happy with it, and this is what I really was going to say, was that you've got to make sure you enjoy them as they are. You've got to make sure that you enjoy them as kids, because they're not going to be that age forever. They're not going to have that innocence. They're not going to be able to come out and say things that they say now in a few years' time, because they have responsibility, and don't let them grow up too quick. That's one of the things I really wanted to say, is don't let your children grow up so quick that they forget to be children, because I think that's what's wrong with society, on many levels, is that we teach our children responsibility too soon, too early. Like, obviously it's good to get them to learn things, but you've got to make sure that you let them be themselves. I mean, I got 2 sons. One's Oliver and one's Thomas, and they're always smiling, always laughing, always joking, always giggling. And I remember I used to be like that. I remember I used to be, such a joker. And, as you get older, you get more bored. And that's such a depressing thing, isn't it? Oh my god. Now it's like someone comes up to me and says something, and I'm just standing there like, it's just not good. It's not good. We need to. I was reading a blog the other day, and he just said about he was talking about Saturday morning pro cartoons. Do you remember Saturday morning cartoons? I loved them. Absolutely loved Saturday morning cartoons when I was a young'un. And and I was going through ringtones the other day, and the one came up for Thundercats. And I'm getting, and I can feel my heart getting all excited again. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting all giddy. I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to be great. And then all of a sudden, I realise it's a ringtone. The cartoon doesn't actually start. So, ho hum. But the point is that it's so important that we don't forget how to be children ourselves. I find myself saying things to my sons, like, you wait till I get you home, and things that my mum used to say to me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm turning to my mum, I'm dreading it. And yet we all do. We end up becoming our parents, saying the things our parents said to us. You're going to sit at that table till you finish every scrap of dinner. Things like that. Comments that you absolutely hated as a child. And yet, all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, I'm doing it. I'm actually doing it. I am saying the things my parents said to me. Oh my god. But so what? This is how we become parents. This is how we learn. This is how we become who we are. And this is how we turn our children into us, unfortunately. Parenting is supposed to be fun. It's hard, it's tiring, downright gruesome at times. But it is supposed to be fun. And I just, I find myself running up and down the hallway, doing things that my parents never did with me. My parents were always very, very serious. I'm one of a herd. There were 6 of us growing up. 2 older, me and my brother, 2 younger. And I found that the parenting style that I had to grow up with, is not what I want to be. But it was very strict. But at the same time, I respect my mum and I love her. And the odd slap here and there never did me any harm, did it? Well, that's yet to be, it remains to be seen. But no, I'm just messing. And this is it, I suppose. Every parenting style is different, but let's face it, Super Nanny Joe Frost doesn't work for every family. So, I find that playing with my children and being there for them, being with them, enjoying their company, is a discipline in itself. Not just for them, but for me. Being able to sort of understand the joke as they see it. The things that they get frightened of. Which is something else I want to talk about. How many people know somebody who is frightened of museums? My eldest son is petrified of museums. I have no idea why. I don't know where it came from, and it's actually quite comical. If it wasn't upsetting for him. He goes in. We was in a museum earlier today, and his mannequins all come forward, and he freaked. And after that, he was frightened of everything: trains, aeroplanes hanging from the sea, you name it. So if you know what this phobia of museums actually is, please message me and let me know what it is, because I would love to know. You know, anything that can help me get my son over this fear that he seems to have come up with all by himself. You know, because he used to go to museums and used to be fine, and then about a year ago, everything changed. And every time I take him in a museum now, he just absolutely freaks. So yeah, if you can please shed some light on this, it'd be much appreciated. You know, and believe it or not, for a whole 10 minutes, I've actually refrained from going into politics. You know, which is something that I can be a bit drab about, to be quite honest. You know, and, things like that. So I'm going to stop right there on that one, and say, you know, that I hope you enjoyed this quick video of mine, and I do hope to continue doing little videos like this on the side, as almost like a bit of a diary. You know, which are not really affiliated to anything really, just a bit of a rambling on. And yeah, please leave comments, tell me what you think, and if you've got anything you want me to talk about, or you know, you just want me to shut the hell up, which is a possibility. You know, then please send me a message. But obviously anything abusive would just be deleted, so don't waste your time. If you haven't got anything nice to say, you know, then don't say it. Okay, keep it real.